Hey, S-Fam.
Welcome back. This is Sisters from Another Mr. Podcast.
I am Dialissa.
And this is Brittany.
All right. What are we talking about today? That long stop. We always do that. What are we talking about today? Let's get into this. What are we talking about today? We're talking about
in-laws.
In-laws.
Yeah, we figure this is a good topic. With the holidays, I'm sure y'all are spending a little quality time.
Okay. Get your sage. Get your crystals. Air out your space.
Lord.
Let me stop. I'm just talking for the people who need that, okay? I'm not saying I need that.
So you don't need that?
I don't need that. I need a lick and a prayer sometimes with Brenda, but we're pretty good.
In general, like what about like Keem's, I don't know, brother?
Pretty good.
Like all of your
pretty good. I haven't had any issues so far. Do you remember any?
No, not that I can think of.
How about you and your in-laws?
I get along really well with my in-laws. I'm very happy about that, actually. My mother-in-law texts me. We have jokes. My grandmother-in-law, she texts me. Everybody. It's good. It's good. And I feel like that's not something that everybody has.
Oh, no. There's definitely some wacko stuff going on out there with the in-laws.
Because even like they make movies about stuff like that.
Oh yeah,
you know,
in-laws be trying to kill you and stuff. Kill the girlfriends.
Or they be going out of their way to be evil.
Yeah,
like J-Lo was in one Monster-in-Law. About her mother-in-law when she was with that guy.
There was even a case one time, literally, that this woman hired a man to have her daughter-in-law killed.
What? Why? What did she
Either
do?
Either daughter-in-law or something. I can't remember what she had at the time. Just didn't like him.
Wow.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. I can't really think. I mean, I asked it, but it really doesn't matter. I can't think of a reason why you would kill anyone.
Right, exactly.
But for real, you gonna go hire somebody?
Oh, I'm not saying that. I can't agree with. Okay.
We'll say it now.
Like you said, I can't see a reason to kill anyone. I'm like, I don't know about that. But in-laws, Listen, I'm just saying.
Have you met some mean in-laws or parents?
Oh, absolutely.
Because they weren't your in-laws, they were parents.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
They were mean to you?
A little bit.
I just remember there was this one mom that really loved you. There were a few, but one in particular that I'm thinking of, I remember being like, I don't know how she's going to get away from this lady. Because she was done with him, but the moms was like, I don't care.
She's still coming over.
She was like that. She really liked Dialissa. I was like, look at that. She's serious. Lord, good luck for that next one.
God.
I feel like, ooh, that got to be hard.
She actually friended me on Facebook one time. Or messaged me, rather. If we're talking
and I'm not surprised.
I never answered. That's probably hella rude.
I mean, but it's kind of like, gotta cut it off, I guess.
Yeah.
This is healthier.
We don't want him to think that it's a thing.
Yeah.
You and your son, y'all work in cahoots. I'm good.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
But I will say, I mean, this was back in my heyday, back in my high school days. I did have someone that was a parent that was kind of like, about her son. You know how women are about their freaking sons, I guess. And, she was hella mean. You know me, I'm kind of shy and timid or whatever. And I guess if I didn't say hi quick enough, it was a problem. She even told me straight to my face one day, I'm trying to get him with this next girl, with this girl that we went to school with. And I was like, okay.
I feel like that's not even fair to your kid, though. You know? Don't they kind of gotta have their own relationship? You kind of gotta let it go.
We were young, so I'll hopefully he's not like that anymore. He gets it together.
Yeah.
What's her place? Obviously, her strong arm didn't work. I've seen him in recent years. All of that was for nothing, but nonetheless.
Yeah, I don't know. I think in-laws can be tricky. I feel like that could make or break a situation.
Oh yeah, I definitely. With my situation with Keem, is like I think there's so much that just goes into marrying yourself with the family and getting involved. There's so much. Like, my mom always has told me that, remember, when you're marrying someone or you're with someone, like, you're with their family and you're marrying their family. So make sure that you ready for all of that. Because there's really no escaping it. Those people are going to become your kids' grandparents, potentially.
Right.
You got to be very careful. And I know, like, as far as with Keem, his background, obviously, he's West Indian, like my background is. But even still, that can be different. My parents are a little bit more modest, whereas we have some of our West Indian families are a little bit more, what is a word your mom would use? Beverly or... wanton. Okay, boisterous.
Yeah, they're a little bit more. Boom, I'm here.
Oh, damn. That is the truth. Because she's the type, she'll smack you on your ass if she's here.
Yeah.
She'll feel on you. Yeah, she's that kind of woman. And I don't know. At first, it was a little bit, like, tricky. I thought it was going to be because, like, of course, again, they had a relationship with his ex-girlfriend. It's kind of like her pictures are up in the house.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Huh, that is tricky.
Yes, and you know what's so funny is that when I first met Keem, not too long after I moved to DC. So we had kind of had a thing going for quite some years. So when it came, I had met his mother before I left, but it was very vague. It was kind of like, for her, I probably just disappeared. And then he would just randomly go see this random girl in DC, but it's not like something, And he was real secretive about things. 'Cause his mom, I used to take offense a little bit, like, what the hell's wrong with you? But it was kind of like, listen, you don't know my mother. She's West Indian, and she'll get on that phone, and she'll be calling everybody, telling them all my business, and I don't have time for that. So, yeah. So I feel like, really met her when we had already been going for so long. Like, not in a legit relationship, but definitely, like, I know your son. And these pictures were up, and it was just like, what the hell? She was even like, I don't know, I don't think it's like that anymore, like that, but she would even like still like call the girl her daughter-in-law, like message, but Brenda's like that. She's a bullshitter, so she's like, she'll get on
saying that just
to say it.
Yeah,
exactly.
Just to mess with you. Ain't talked to the girl in years, but just want to see
daughter-in-law.
Yeah, just want to see your eyebrows get all furrowed up. That's funny.
So yeah, she was a little bit rough. I remember when me and Keem, like during that time too, it's so different because like when I come up to the house, make sure you go upstairs and you say good afternoon and you say this and you say all this. And it's like, oh God, this whole act. Now I go in there, I'm like, she'll come to the house or I'll go to the house. Dialissa, what, Brenda? What do you want? But yeah, it's definitely a good relationship. I will say.
I mean, I feel like when I first met James' mom, I was nervous because she's deaf. And I was like, man, I hope that we could even like communicate. But then she had like no problem. She could hear and read lips really well. And it was like, oh wow, this is actually good. She didn't have a relationship with an ex. She knew of an ex, but she didn't really like have a relationship with her. Like her picture was in her house and nothing like that. So that was good. I was like, good. I don't have time for that.
Right.
I don't have no time for that. So I'm here now. That's that.
Oh,
I didn't have to think about it, which was good because I just don't. But she was actually like really nice, and that was like a year into dating, and then. I want to say maybe it was that same time. Or like the next time I went to Florida, I met like all of his family. And I was like, whoa, there's a lot of people. And then the thing too is like, dang, sometimes even after you meet somebody, maybe it's just me, but as soon as you meet them, I'll forget your name. Like, dang, what was that name again? And then the aunts start mixing up each other a little bit. It's like, wait a minute now. Your sisters, so you're kind of looking alike, things. So I was like, okay, this is a lot, but it wasn't actually that bad. And now it's like me and his mom, we text. She's on my Facebook. James is not even friends with her on Facebook, and me and her are friends on Facebook. Me and his grandmother is friends on Facebook. She be texting me funny memes. His mom is because she don't really talk on the phone. She's really, really big on text, so me and her text all the time.
Can you talk to her on the phone?
Yeah, you can. That's why they have TTY on the phones.
Oh, I didn't think about that. She just does it so well. I swear, it's like, you could hear. Stop it.
You silly. Nah, she just really knows how to read lips. And
well, otherwise, if she's not looking at you, she cannot hear you at all.
No, sometimes no. Sometimes I remember we was in New York and we was taking her around with his sister, and we were like, she was like thinking we were still going. She was like, oh no, we need to go this way, and I had to like go run and get her, tap her on the shoulder because she did not hear nobody screaming, "Ma, ma!" Me and him is sitting there shouting, "Ma, ma!" I'm like, we just ran and tapped her on the shoulder. She was like, "Oh, sorry."
Oh my God. Adriana had her ex-boyfriend. The sister is blind. But I swear she's not. They're just very good, I guess.
After a while, I think.
It's just very mesmerizing. Like,
she was born that way?
I don't know the background behind
but
it.
I know his mom wasn't born like that. But then I think she's been like that since she was like a kid. Like a toddler. So. And then they have schools. I don't know about for blind, but I know for the deaf, they have schools. Okay. And you can learn sign language there, you learn reading lips there, you learn all that stuff there. So it kind of makes it easier for you too.
Well, speaking of that, have you learned sign language? Like, do you guys communicate like that?
Yeah, I try. I don't know. I'm not like some fluent,
Is James fluent?
Yeah, James is. I think he has that on his resume, American Sign Language.
Oh, wow.
That's the thing. And even like, I remember at our wedding, I was like, we got to have somebody do the sign language. And he was like, oh, no, my mom will be fine. I was like, no. I'm about to marry into your family. I want this woman to know, like, I'm with you. And we had to pay and get somebody else to stand over there. She was so excited. She was like, you did that for me. She gave me a big hug at our wedding. She was so excited. She was so excited. Or like when we go to the movies, I always make sure I get her like that closed caption thing. She'd be so excited.
Because they want to know that you know, just as any loved one come into a family. Because like, not for nothing, hell, I remember when Brenda had breast cancer, and I would be leaving work and headed to the hospital. Like, like that's kind of the thing. That's what happens.
I think that happens. I think that helps make it easier for people to like accept you. Like, it's hard enough
genuine
being an in-law. You don't know how to, because you want to protect your son. In our cases, but it could be your daughter or your grandkid, whatever. So you don't know how to, take it. That person's in love, so you got to be the one with your clear vision. That's all cute and nice. I'm over here on the outside looking in, and that's good. But when you do stuff like that, it kind of makes people know, like, I actually do care.
Oh, you definitely into this.
Yeah. Like, oh, wow, okay.
It's not always just because it might not even be. Some people, it's not even that they're not genuine. It's just that you don't really extend yourself to the other. Maybe you don't even realize you don't do it. Yeah. You just so into who you're dating. People are definitely like that. Yeah. But it's beyond that one person. And honestly, it's better that way,
Yeah, it is.
Because I'm not going to lie, I experienced the most beautiful holiday. And I feel like that's, why. It's because we can do things like that. Like, not for anything. My Akeem, he's always had kind of like a kind of feeling. Kim is not a person who necessarily holds grudges at all, really. But, like me, I'm very protective. I'm kind of like, oh, no, I don't fuck with you. You did this to my so-and-so. So I feel like he can kind of get like that. And so, with knowing me for X amount of time, and you kind of get one side of a story. Not saying that it's not right or right, that I'm lying about the story or anything like that, but not having your own relationship with a person and just hearing stuff about them, it kind of maybe makes you feel jaded. So, I don't know. We would go to my family's house and things like that, and I felt like he was kind of like distant, or I'd have to it was like pulling him by his coattail to get him to kind of like do things. And I'm not gonna lie, as of recently, with all the different things that have been going on in my family, all the craziness, I feel like he has just shown up, and it's like kind of surprising a little bit. because not that I expect anything less of him. I just didn't expect him to do it without me asking, And I just feel like I've definitely taken note of that, like even for Thanksgiving, like I was saying, our whole family was together. And it was just so different. I'm thinking holiday times are kind of stressful because I'm like, okay, you got to go to this place and then you got to go to that place. You got to make time because I feel like, I don't know how you feel about it, but had both of our families maybe lived elsewhere, then maybe it would have been a little bit easier because it's like, well, I got to pick and that's that. But when they both live in the same area and it's kind of close, it's kind of like, you better make time. There's no excuse, So, or maybe it's not like that. Maybe I'm just thinking about it in my own thing. But it was just really nice that, like, surprisingly, because I didn't even know we were all going to be together. They were just all in the same place. And it was one big old family. I was telling Kim, I said, damn, where's the ring? Hell, I think are we supposed to get engaged or something? What's going on here? Especially because I'm not going to lie, my family, they're kind of distant to me. Like, they don't really mix and mingle like that. Not since we've lived in New York and my dad's family, we do pizza night and, do little things like in-laws do, as far as my mom. I feel like especially in that scenario with my mom, it was a lot more of my dad's family,
Yeah, because we outlived, you think?
Maybe. Yeah.
It felt like your dad's family was just right there.
Yeah, they were.
I don't know.
They were.
It just seemed like they were like
they
right
were.
there.
And I wonder sometimes if that makes a difference, Because I feel like sometimes my mom would feel like I don't get to see my family as much, and maybe you kind of like get kind of salty,
Maybe. I don't know. That's a good point.
See, because we both don't have that.
Yeah.
His parents, we both live here. Your families both live elsewhere.
Yeah, and we go back and forth. We trade off holidays, so I've never felt. I ain't been married for that long of a time, but 4 years in, I've never felt salty about that.
Do you ever feel like it's hard to choose which holiday to spend where? No. How do you decide?
It just depends. Like last year, his family was going to Marco Island. So I was like, all right, well, my family's not doing anything. So we'll do Thanksgiving with your family since they're doing something different. This year, I knew I was going to spend it with my mom for Christmas. So we went for Labor Day week, really. It was like a week and a half. And we just spent all the time with my family. This way for Thanksgiving, we could spend with his family. And then Christmas is just my mom.
Oh, wow. Okay.
We kind of figure it out. So I've never had, like, I feel salty. Because James is the one who was like, yo, what we doing, Christmas or Thanksgiving? And I was like, I kind of wanted to do Christmas in South Carolina. So let's do Labor Day. And it works out for his job because that's the end of summer. People aren't really working. So that was perfect. Like, but he's not like, he's all like, which one where? He could care less. And I was like, well, I'm going to go to Marco Island. That was last year. I'm going to go to Marco Island. Let's do something different. Why not? So then we did that. Like, it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
And I feel like the first year we moved here, I wasn't really trying to go anywhere. So we ain't go to Florida and we ain't go to New York.
Oh, wow. I don't remember.
That first year we moved here, we went to South Carolina. I want to see my mother.
I was about to say, I didn't know you weren't here.
No, I wasn't here, but I was in South Carolina.
I'd have been, girl, joyous. See, okay, let me tell you about in-laws. What James didn't realize, I was the in-law first, okay? And see, when you have best friends like that and your ass don't get to come, well, not that you don't get to, but you just doesn't happen. I miss my extended family.
And it's so funny because they would be like, at that time when we was in DC, you really were the like,
literally, people, I don't know about if you know this, but my family used to say too, like, they were like, you and Brittany, y'all are lesbians, aren't you?
No. And I remember, like, at a point where going home, they'd be looking behind me like, yo, where's Jalissa?
Jalissa.
Where's Dialissa? I'm like, yo, first of all, her name is Dialissa. Or we could go with D. That's always an option. I've been trying to tell y'all that for years.
Oh,
D.
God.
But nonetheless, she's with her own family. And they were upset.
Listen, I was upset right along with
Yo,
them.
I remember like that first year, maybe 2, I don't remember. We were in DC and you was going to New York all the time. That spoiled those people. Yeah. They were like,
because I was going to their houses without you even.
What do you mean? I said, she has a family. And then I don't remember which one of my cousins, but they was like, oh yeah, that's true. I was like, what? They was like, dang, that's true. I know they must be mad. I said, yeah, so she gotta go and see them. What? That's her kinfolk.
But now, see, I don't get to see my other family. But whatever. We'll talk. But nonetheless.
Yeah, I mean, it's not so far.
So far. But we've definitely heard horror stories.
Oh, yeah. And even I've seen that. Like,
oh, yeah.
I've also even seen it in my own family where people don't like the new person. Like, whoever you're with or the person that they're dating or married, whoever, is like...
It's big shoes to fill.
I be seeing it and I'm like...
Big shoes to fill.
Man. Also, what I've noticed, too, is that sometimes some family members could get stuck on that old person. Like you came for last 2 years with homegirl, and then this year, y'all had to break up. Now you with new girl, and nobody really wants to give her a chance because they're still talking about
up on the old one.
We gotta not do that. It's not nice. I've seen that like in my family or like friends of the family. Even now that I think about it, like that's
so annoying. Some people don't even care what they say to. They just saying whatever.
Whoa, you're just looking like, oh,
not as cute as the other.
Yeah, yes,
or stuff like that.
Oh no, you didn't. You can't say
that's
that out
messed
loud.
up. You trying to cause a domestic dispute? Okay, cut it out,
girl.
And don't talk for children. Children who don't stand in their place. I remember when my niece was like talking stuff like that. You look like what's her name?
Come on.
Boy, here we go.
But I'm not. So there's always that part. God, me.
But no, there's definitely some serious horror stories out there with some in-laws. I've seen it where they get along at first. It seems like, or maybe it makes me wonder. Like, did you really think? I mean, you're laughing, but is it not true?
Yeah.
Did you really think? You were in denial. You was one of those people, you was in love, girl, and you needed someone to be there to... to be that real one for you.
Yeah.
You knew that wasn't going to work. Come on. Start out okay, and then when shit go awry, trust and believe, family gonna go with that side. I mean, unless you've been with that family, you like literally embedded. Right. But let's be real here. Them beginning stages, if anything fuck up, them people are gonna be like, who are you? No, ma'am.
My mom told me how when she first met my grandmother, she didn't like her. She said she didn't like me at all.
Oh,
my mom and my father's mother.
Really?
My father's mother didn't like her.
Why?
I don't know who she thinks she is, being old. She thought my mom was sadiddy, I guess. But my mom was just quiet. She was like, I was just very reserved and not timid, but I was kind of introverted. I said formal hellos, and I think, I don't know, she just thought like, what's that about? Are you standing off? Like, what is that? No. But then eventually, like, by the time I was alive, they were closer than my mother, my grandfather, my grandmother and my father. I was like, yo, she was like, they were like besties by that time. And I don't think it lasted long. I think my mom said it wasn't that long. But at first, that initial, negative. But that also made me think, like, I wish my grandmother was here so I could ask her, like, what kind of girls were you meeting?
Seriously.
Maybe you was meeting like these old ghetto fools that my father was bringing around. And then when you see my mother, you wasn't ready for that, you know? Because you might think, what you doing with my son, you know? And not even, it's not against you, but I know that you ain't like the rest of these girls. I always just like wonder stuff like that. I'm like, they was in the Bronx
I can't
lie.
too. My grandmother didn't like my mother either. On my father's side. Mm-hmm.
But did she ever change her mind?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh.
But at first it was more like, again, maybe it's a people thing. I'm going to call it a people thing. I'm not going to be racist or judgmental or whatever. But it was more like, you know, West Indians, again, they have a way about them. And it's like if you work a certain job or, you know, you live a certain way or that they assume things about you, then that literally sticks with you. And then that's kind of what they view you as, right? So it was like my mother, there's nothing wrong with her. But of course, if you know, people don't know out there, my daddy, who I call my daddy, is really my stepfather. So when she came along and brought us, you know, he brought us over to see grandma, or he, you know, told her about us, whatever it was, I have a girlfriend and she has a child. Yeah. Yes. And then she, you know, works in retail. So it's like, this store gal. You know, like, goodness. Oh my God. The only credential that she probably had was that she was coolie. And for all my West Indians, yet again, you know how that go. You know, you gotta be light skinned, the right skin, and your hair gotta be soft and curly. Like, that's the only thing she had. Other than that, her grandmother was like, nah. She got the education under her belt. She got a child. She's a store gal. But please, that didn't last either. My mother,
of course not,
definitely wiggled her way into that woman's heart. We got to do better, people.
You know, sometimes people say, like, first impressions are lasting impressions, but that may not always be true. Because your mother and my mother changed their minds.
No, absolutely. And especially when it's things that it's not like I came out my mouth that, you know, did someone, you know?
That's true. That
it's legit true. What it is. Like, it is what it is.
And even you said at first you were more timid. But that I feel like is natural. Because I feel like even for me, like, I wasn't always texting James, my mother-in-law. No. We didn't have that kind of relationship. But then it kind of, that I think is an evolving thing. But that initial impression where the person doesn't like you, that's a little rough.
Yeah, boy.
Whew. I know that must have been stressful. Like for your mother and my mother.
Yeah, I'm glad.
Because the husband was like, oh God, really? What did she say? Like, why should
make or break a relationship?
I would imagine. I was nervous for that when I first met James' mother. I was like, oh my gosh. And then when he met my father, good luck. Because I don't know about that. But my father actually liked him. My father was weird because he was to make sure that you was going to be like, you know, macho, I guess. Like you got to haul stuff with me and you can work on whatever he was into. My father was very like hands-on kind of guy. So he's like, if you could do home improvement and get on a roof and do all these type of things.
Does none of.
No, but when he met my father, he did it. Absolutely.
That's right. Go ahead, James.
I told him, I said, you better come with some.
Pretty boy James ain't doing no hard work, but he gonna do that for you. See?
He said, I said, bring your old sneakers and some sweats, because I know my father. He gonna test you. And then James got a cut on his hand. I don't know if they was lifting up like a refrigerator or something like that, and it cut James' hand. And he didn't say anything, and then, because I only noticed because my father came back and told me, he was very happy about this. He's like, after we finish, we clearing out this house, and then, you know, I'm getting the keys. I think he was getting ready to paint it or something. He was like, yeah, we got in the truck, and James was like, oh, you got a napkin or something? He was like, oh, yeah, what happened? He was like, oh, I just cut myself. He was like, and that was a pretty big gash he had on his hand. And he didn't even complain. I like that. He said, because he must have got that cut and then just kept on moving, which James was like, yeah, I did. I was about to say, I hurt my hand. He was like, as soon as I met your father, I already knew. I'm not doing that. And regardless, I feel like James is not going to do that anyway. Because what man is going to be like,
to another man?
Yeah, could you kiss my boo-boo? Like, what can he say?
These men be real
babyish around us. To their woman, they do that. But no, he wasn't about to do that to my father.
Can't do that.
Especially, but he wouldn't do that in general. I'm like, no man's going to. I don't feel like. They're just too weird about stuff like that. But he was like, yeah. When my father told me that, I was like, oh boy.
He's in there.
Yeah, he liked him. And then, but at the same time, my father would be like, yeah, the second you don't like him, I'm done with him.
Oh.
I was like, okay. He said, so don't feel no pressure. You like him because you like him. Don't feel no pressure. I only like him because of you. I'm like, okay, that's that.
Because he passed.
Okay, don't get comfortable, clearly. Like,
oh, God.
But I feel like when I met his mother, it wasn't like that. Plus, when I first met her, I bought her some perfume. And she told me she liked perfume. Oh, yeah.
Oh, y'all know how to work your wiles over there.
She loved it. Bust that thing out real quick, too.
I'm not going to lie. Do you remember the name of it?
It was something that was current at the time, too. It was like a trendy kind of a perfume. It's not like one of these ones that's been around forever. I don't remember which
Brittany's really good at picking perfumes. I just was curious. Because now my signature scent is something she bought me. So.
Yeah, that's true.
I love that.
I knew that you would like that.
But I cannot lie, though. My father definitely liked Keem when he first met him as well. And which was crazy because the one before that, no, he didn't. No. He sat there, he listened to that boy. When we got up and left, I was shocked that man came back. He said, I don't like him. Something about him. I don't like him at all.
From the beginning.
The first conversation and probably the last conversation. That was the first and last. And he was done with him. He was over, that man. King, he was giddy. I understand. He liked him more than I liked him. And that man at the time was working like 2 jobs. He was like, oh yes, he's a hard-working young man.
You know they love that.
This fool, we what do we have? Oh, see, sometimes my family both of our families have definitely gotten together before because I'm usually the house that has a lot of get-togethers. Let's put it that way.
The function is always at
my house. So they definitely have been around each other because now I'm remembering that we had a get together at my house. I think it was for my mom's birthday, maybe. And during my father's toast, this fool had the nerve to say how lucky I was.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. I was there, y'all. He said that out loud. Raised his glass, not to you, to Kim.
I was like, what the holy hell? Even when I was living in D.C., he told me I swear he was just kind of using that just to get me to come back home. But he told me one time, you need to hurry up and come back home because you're going to lose a good man. I was like, really, Daddy? You're not going to tell your daughter, go out there and sow your rose and just do what the hell you feel like doing?
He like him.
Girl, it was sickening. It's like a bromance.
Yeah.
Only on his side, though.
That's hilarious. Yo, your father really did say that. That's true. He really did toast him. At your house, like at a function you put together. That was wild. He like him though. That's good though.
I guess.
I remember one of the visits, like clearly after the first time. I don't know, a few years later maybe, and James, like, him and my dad would always go out. I don't know, just riding around and chit-chatting. Probably knowing my father, there was tests involved. But nonetheless, he would be talking and he came back. And then James was like, yeah, your dad introduced me to one of his friends. And he called me his future son-in-law. And I was like, oh, Lord, he really like this Negro now. God damn.
How long were y'all dating at that point?
I don't know. It was definitely when we were in D.C. So maybe 4 or 5 years by that time. College was done. And I want to say about 5 years. I was like, oh boy. And then that was my father was bipolar because that was the same time he told me. But the second you don't like him, I'm done. Because I think my father wanted him to know, like, I like you. I fucks with you, but then for me to know, like, that don't mean nothing. Right. Like, because I'm on your team. Like how you said, the family is going to go back.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to side with that person. So don't get too beside yourself. Like, never. But I feel like mothers and fathers do that.
Absolutely.
They will quick fast
And
side with their
sometimes,
child.
there's those occasions where they'll side with the other party based on, like, if the person is getting done wrong or whatever. But at the same time, majority of the time, it's not going to be like that. Some of these parents don't care. You could be out here getting abused. I know of this, I remember of someone in my family friend circle who was in a domestic violence relationship. And I feel like the parent, like, she claimed the parents were so great to her and all of this, but yet you turned a blind eye when he was beating her ass. And then when she finally left, y'all are up in arms because now you got to deal with him. So it's like, man, all that's nice and great and whatever, but worry about yourself.
You don't never know.
For real.
Don't get too crazy. Wow, that's kind of wild. Yeah.
No, we've had instances where it's like another family, like the mom is out here lying about the woman cheating and, doing all this madness. Like, these in-laws can be crazy.
They will interject themselves unnecessarily.
Into things that they don't need to be in.
Or, like you said, or just completely turn a blind eye to, like, important shit. Like, you need to check your kid. Hitting on somebody? What? Listen, I don't care if you have a daughter or a son. What are you doing?
Right, and they're more concerned with the fact that now they have to deal with you.
Yeah, like, wow, that's what you're thinking about? Wow. Okie dokie. That's crazy.
No, you have to be very, very careful.
You do.
And I feel like not for nothing we hear about situations where in-laws interject themselves in the relationship as far as, like, trying to give unsolicited advice, to what either party. Or they might act cool with you, but then they run back, tell that to their, child or whatever about, oh, yeah, like, it's crazy out here.
Right, no, that is true. That is very true. Even I feel like, just in general, you got to be careful, too, because I remember in whatever Tina Turner movie it was, like, her mom was telling her to stay with Ike, even though she knew her daughter was being beat. I feel like parents, in-laws, anybody, you got to be careful. Because people will just tell you something to benefit them. Like, well, just put up with my son. I know he's beating your ass, but I don't want to deal with him. Or vice versa, where it's like, oh, just put up with that man, because I know he's beating your ass, but I like this lifestyle he's provided for us. Like, what? You got to be very careful.
Worry about your damn self. It's great when your in-laws can get in, you and your in-laws or whatever can get in,
Oh, yeah, that's always nice.
Just get along and whatnot, but it's not worth a ass whooping, okay?
No.
Or mental abuse or
anything crazy.
Just not being genuine with your damn self,
Right. Do you feel like that could affect your relationship? Like, if your father didn't like King, do you think you would still be with King?
I mean, I'm grown now, and even when he didn't like the person that I was in a relationship with before King, that really didn't faze me. That'll just affect me in your relationship, Daddy. I mean, at the end of the day,
and your mom didn't like him either, or she was okay with that person.
After everything, she was like, But I think my mom just kind of like knew. I don't want to say know her place, because that's my mom. I'm not going to talk to her about her like that, but it's more like she knows her daughter's grown and is... Honestly, at the end of the day, what I'm learning from being an older sibling, an older controlling sibling, is that you only push people further into shit when you are trying to control their life, their decision making, all of that. Like, just don't push your feelings, thoughts, emotions, opinions on people.
Yeah.
Let them make their mistakes. You can be there to give advice. And you know what? I try my best to take a little page from your book, because Brittany's very good at that. She's not going to give you the answer. She's going to keep asking you the question that you're going to answer your own damn question. So I'm at that point in my life where I'm trying to give that kind of advice. Where I'm not giving advice at all. I'm just trying to, well, does that make you feel good?
Yeah. Come on.
If you don't feel good, do you want to stay in that situation? Do you like getting your ass beat?
I'll be trying.
I mean, because if you like it, hey, if you like, I've even said that. If you like it, I love it. You cannot tell grown people what to do.
No, you can't.
Let go. Because then all you're doing is hindering your relationship with that person. Mm-hmm. As dumb as they are. You still want a relationship with them.
And especially if you know that their situation is dangerous, you definitely want to keep that relationship. Whatever it is you have left, you want to keep it because it's like they really might need you.
Right.
So that is important, especially in those situations.
And you have to understand too is in those situations, a lot of these situations I'm learning now is that they're manipulated into thinking that they don't have any family. You know, they really seclude them from, and these things it sounds crazy until you really have dealt with it and know it and see it. But it's true. And I feel like when you go and you're harping and you thinking you're doing what's best, it's really not for the best because then they're thinking, such and such told me that they was like this.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And like Brittany says, listen, she told me before, listen, I'm not giving no unsolicited advice because I'm going to say something and tomorrow you're going to be back with them and then y'all both looking at me like I'm crazy. Nope.
Yes, sir. These lovers quarrels. Let me tell you. No. Especially, you know people. You know your sister. You know your brother or whoever it is, your kid. You know when you're talking to them that they already thinking about what I'm about to text this fool so that we could get back together by tonight. So you
can have that sex.
Yeah, no. You know what? Y'all go ahead, have fun. And I don't mind my business. Because tomorrow, when you got in the middle of the night, you can be like, yeah, you know, my mom, she said this about you. And then now.
Okay, that pillow talking.
You going to be looking crazy. That person ain't going to like you. The friend or the sibling, whatever family is going to be looking like you wanted me to fail. And ha, ha, ha. You know, because people feel like that too. Whether they say it or not, they be feeling like that. Like, oh, you look at that, you didn't trust me. Like, actually, I could care less, but okay. Lord, that's why I'm trying to help you. That's why I'm trying to
help your dumb ass.
Right?
Because really what you don't know is you came asking me for fucking advice. I'm not giving you nothing, no.
No, for
Take
real.
that in your pipe and smoke it.
Okay? Man, it's a tricky game. Mm-hmm. Even introducing in-laws, being an in-law. Boy, it's a lot.
So now we're both not in this situation as of yet. And I don't even know if like the amount of time you've been dealing with someone matters. Because maybe you've been with somebody for a long time. Maybe I don't know. Maybe if you have a good relationship with them, you won't have this issue. But I just feel like, what do you think about those in-laws who have problems with giving unsolicited advice as far as a person's parenting? Because I've definitely heard about experiences where people are like...
So, like, me and James have a kid, and then his family is got an opinion, like that kind of thing?
You know, you don't feed this kid enough, and... You're not doing this, and you're not doing that, or they're going around telling people you just lazy and.
Oh gosh, yeah, I have. I think in general, with people raising children, whether you're an in-law or not,
people can't.
You shouldn't really have anything. You shouldn't do that in general, unless you see the person is like really harming that kid,
right, or looking for that.
Yeah, or if they come to you, of course. But there is a little bit, like, I don't know, it's kind of weird. I don't know how you draw that line. I don't have kids, so I don't know. But I've seen where it's like, it's the grandmother, right? And that grandmother watches the kids all the time. Mm-hmm. And the parents are at a function, grandma's there, and she reprimands the kid. That kind of thing, I feel like, well, are you surprised when they're with grandma, like, let's say every day after school or something? That's kind of like their kids almost, and they're helping you raise them, because at a certain point, my mother used to always say, it takes a village to raise a child. So at that point, it's kind of like, I guess it just depends on what they're trying to tell you, like the in-law, what they're trying to tell you, and if it's something that you specifically said no to. Mm-hmm. Like if you say, I don't want my kid eating meat. You raising your child a vegetarian or vegan or something. And then they do it. That's like, I've seen that before. And I'm like, yo, that's not right. Because they've set a particular rule. It's only with this one that I ask you follow.
You never know. You're fucking with their dietary restriction. Like,
no, for real.
You giving them something new. You don't know what could happen.
You don't know what could happen. And you don't know what that parent going to have to deal with later on tonight.
Okay.
They get runs or they get stuck.
Or the hospital. For anything.
Oh my God. You never know.
It's not your child. You have to be respectful.
You have to be respectful. But I do also know, like I've seen that before, where it's like the village kind of a thing, which I think is nice. I wouldn't, I don't know. I've seen that in different, like in my family and in James' family with friends. I've seen that. And I kind of think nothing of it.
I think that's normal. It's just that we have those instances where we have some very overbearing ass moms. Yeah. And I mean, I will say for me, with me working in childcare, I've even noticed that I try to be mindful. Like, our friend had a baby and she was doing phenomenal. But, it just slips off your tongue sometimes for people to just say things like, oh, no, I don't want to be like that. If there's something like, girl, have you ever tried such and such? Girl, I know the kids love, speak of the devil too. But yes, so I just feel like, sorry friends, I just feel like you just gotta be mindful. There's a way, don't be too overbearing. They're not asking for so much advice. Leave them there. That's how I feel. Yeah. Listen, when it's my turn, y'all just shut up. Don't tell.
No, for real. That is the thing. It's sometimes, like you said, it's how you say it. Not necessarily what you say. It's how you say it.
If you're harping.
Yeah, if you're harping. Or if you're crossing, like, a clear boundary. Like, no. I said no. I remember a friend of the family of my mom used to know this woman. And she didn't let her kids eat anything sugar.
Okay.
And another friend of theirs, there was 3 women. The one friend, no sugar for her kid. The other friend was like, listen, just don't send her to my house then because my kids is going to have candy. And I can't make sure that they don't give your kid candy. Because it wasn't like her daughter went and asked for candy. Oh, she wanted to try it. She wanted that forbidden fruit. So she was like, yo, just don't I can't take her to my house then because my kids, they probably would give it to your daughter. And I'm not going to always be around. And she was just honest about it. And
that's it.
Hey, this happens. But it ended up that the father's side gave the kid candy anyway.
Oh, okay.
So that rule went out the window. So that was that. So
I'm not against that. If you don't want your kid to eat candy, it's whatever. But
yeah,
again,
but like certain things, like stuff like that, she was just like, all right, well, that's fine. Listen. I'm not going to say anything about it. But then she can't come to my house. Because I will cross the line, even if it's not me. Not because she knew she wouldn't do it, but it's like, oh, I got kids, and I can't be everywhere at all times. So they might, your daughter might even take it, and then what? Like, you just never know. Girl, it's rough out there.
Oh Lord, it is.
I feel like children add a whole other element.
They do. That's why I figured it'd be important to add that.
To in-laws and all of that. Life in general, but definitely when it comes to the relationships.
Yes.
You ready for that? Have you thought about stuff like that? Like, because your mom said when you marry someone, you marry a family.
Absolutely. I feel like
you're okay to raise kids in that family?
Complete until I realized that. They're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. But I do agree with a lot of the things that they do. Like, even this past weekend, was it this past weekend? Yeah. There's been other times where I just felt like, man, I don't know if I would want my child to know certain things at a certain age. And you don't mean to prejudge, that sounds so bad, but like, you just think about certain things, like, nah, not my kid. But I will say, I think that this is where balance always wins. You gotta have balance. Because I feel like you don't want to raise the weirdo kid, So I do understand. I feel like you can learn things from all kinds of people from all walks of life. And so my judgment of like, oh, my kids can't do this, my kids can't do that. Oh, I'll be scared if they do this. Oh, if they up in here and they doing that. But at the end of the day, I feel like your mother always says, home is, it starts right here. You know what's going on right up in here. And you can go outside. Yeah, you may learn new things or whatever, but you got to keep a foundation. Like, this is what we set here.
Right.
Right. But like I said, I feel like I'm a little bit more comfortable now. Because now I just feel like not so strict on, oh, no, they can't. I just want them, okay, you might know a little thing or two, maybe, but that doesn't mean you need to be talking about it or going about it and acting grown, but at the same time, they can still have this knowledge before the wrong person tells them, right? Rather than some child at school. Because they're going to learn regardless about stuff that you might not want them to know. Or
that's true.
I'm not scared. Let's put it that way. I feel like I could get a good grasp on it.
Well, that's good.
How do you feel?
I mean, I'm pretty poor at that. I haven't really thought about it. But I guess if I had to, right now, I'm thinking about, like, I don't think there would be a problem. I feel like what I've seen of, like, kids and, like, young people in James' family and stuff, and the way that the child rearing is going, I could agree with it. I see what y'all doing. Okay. Mixed with some of my family, because that's just me, and that's fine.
Me. I wasn't raised.
Yeah. So some tweaks with my own family and my own personal beliefs. Then yeah, absolutely. Because I don't know, maybe it's also like me and James are from two different places. Like, he's from Florida, I'm from New York. I have half West Indian, he has none. So even that is a little bit different, and then it shows in
his upbringing.
Even in my family, like, we could have some of those ways that I would want my kid to have. It's not even like people who don't have, like, you know what I mean, like West Indian ways about them. That's not it's not a bad thing towards you.
No.
But it's just like, I would want them to know certain things like that.
About their culture.
Exactly. And that's certain things that I would, like, nah, you don't need my family for that. You're going to need my mother for that.
Yeah, and that's nothing
certain things like that. But in general, nah, I wouldn't mind. I don't think I'd have a problem with his family. Like, I'd be okay to have kids with and raise them in that family. Because I've seen that before, where some people are just like, yo, you picked a crazy family for your kid. Because you could leave, right? You could get a divorce, or if you're not married, you can leave the person, or even if you're married, do whatever. You could leave the person, you don't have to be together anymore, separate your bills and move out. But that's always going to be that kid's family.
So they die. Like, their blood runs through their veins.
Yeah, so you got to think about stuff like that. Even, like, sometimes I've seen situations where it's like certain physical ailments will be passed down. So, like, you got to think about even stuff like that.
No, there's people legit that take tests before they...
Yeah. And it's not to say you won't do it, but it's just like to be ready for it, you know? And I don't know, hopefully if it's like something really crazy, like, I don't know, a mental thing, then maybe you get those type of screenings ahead of time and you could watch for it. That's good. But you got to be careful. You have to know what you're getting yourself into. Because it's not necessarily all about you.
It isn't.
When it comes to kids.
It isn't. Oh, Lord.
Be mindful, y'all. Holidays is coming.
Okay.
You're going to be with your loved ones, with your in-laws, or your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. Families. Or you could be like me and Dialissa back in the day. Your friends, your homegirls' family. Because that's important too. Oh, gosh, I was glad that they liked you. That makes that easier. Because I always want her to come here. So that was easy. And I invited your family to my wedding. Like, yeah, it's always, that's easy. So being careful out there, y'all. Be
Yeah,
mindful.
please do.
Because
Get your sage, get your crystals out. Okay, let's talk about
and get your own mind right to make sure you're not the problem.
Okay, exactly. Listen, we gotta be able mental health. Get back if you need some help. Go back a few episodes and get your mental state in order. Your mental health is real out here, especially during this time of the year. Okay, no bad energy going to 2020. We're getting closer and closer, guys, to 2020. Clear vision. Okay, a whole new decade. So, I mean, while we're talking about all this, get your mental health in order, people. It's real. This is important things, important stuff to worry about. So, as I wear my chakras right now, get your crystals, get your shades, get your Bible, whatever you choose. Open up your windows, air out your spot. Get all those demons out of there. Especially after the holidays, all those crazy people come to your place, girl. Just air it out, baby. If you need some help, girl, call me.
Hopefully they're not crazy. Hopefully. Good luck.
Listen, sometimes it's just too much energy. Good, bad, or
that's true.
indifferent.
Too much.
Too much energy going on in your place. Okay, we're taking this to another area, but we'll talk about that, I guess. But for now, enjoy your loved ones, your potential in-laws, whatever they are to you, and enjoy your holiday.
Yeah, have fun, y'all.
We have anybody to?
No,
not
I
this
didn't
week.
do it this week.
Well, we'll catch up next week.
We love all y'all the same.
We do. Shout out to everybody. Hey, sisters! Oh, when we stop this podcast, we're going to have to talk about something. Because I think I want to do something special for the sisters out there. We'll get back to you. Till next time, sisters. Dialissa out.
Brittany out.